Thế bố mẹ con làm gì?
Con chỉ có mẹ thôi bác ạ. Mẹ con thì lấy chồng 2 rồi. Con thì cũng ở một mình ở bên đấy rồi.
Khổ quá nhỉ, thương cháu quá. Thì lát nữa xong thì lên nhà bà chơi nhá.
Vâng. Nhà bà có ở gần đây không bà?
Có mà, ở gần đây thôi, tí lên cho biết nhà biết cửa.
Vâng vâng.
Có mỗi mình bà ở nhà mấy năm đây rồi.
À.
Cháu vào đây.
Vâng ạ.
Đây, vào nhà bà ở đây này.
À.
Đây. Các cháu nó đi làm rồi nó để lại cái nhà này ấy.
À vâng.
Thế thì bà cũng thấy thương cháu quá. Bây giờ thì nếu mà cháu không chê á thì cháu cứ vào đây ở nhá. Này xem nhà đi. Đây.
Vâng.
Nó không đẹp đâu. Ở dân tộc này nó chỉ có nhà sàn đấy thôi, nó xấu xấu thôi nhưng mà ở tạm cũng được.
Vâng.
Thế thì cháu cứ lên đi. Thế cái đồi này nếu mà cháu đến ở á thì bà cho cháu nhá.
Vâng.
Cháu chăm sóc nhá.
Vâng.
The summer sun emerges slowly over the horizon in Ben Kim, its golden rays spilling across the vast rice paddies, turning the landscape into a shimmering tapestry of green and gold. Tieu Nu steps into the cool dawn, the air rich with the earthy, intoxicating scent of ripe rice. "Hello everyone. I hope you're all doing well," she chirps into her phone, her voice bubbling with excitement as she begins recording for her followers. It's harvest season, and today, I'm stepping into the heart of rural life to help reap the rice. Come along on this journey with me. Dressed in a simple cotton blouse and a wide-brimmed hat to shield her from the rising sun, she strides purposefully toward a bustling group of farmers, their hands deftly wielding sickles with practiced ease. The field bursts into life with activity. Elderly men and women adorned in vibrant ethnic attire move with steady grace. Children weave between the rows with playful shouts, and the rhythmic swish of blades slicing through golden stalks fills the air with a soothing cadence. Tieu Nu pauses to adjust her grip on the sickle, her movements tentative as she watches the seasoned farmers work with fluid precision. With a deep, steadying breath, she begins, her blade cutting through the rice with growing confidence. She gathers the stalks into neat bundles, her fingers nimble despite the morning dew that clings to her skin, leaving a faint shimmer on her hands. Around her, the community moves in perfect harmony. Grandmothers with sun-weathered faces share hearty laughs, their voices blending with the local dialect that resonates with her own heritage. "This rice is the soul of our land, the heartbeat of our survival," an old woman murmurs, pausing to wipe sweat from her brow with a calloused hand. Tieu Nu smiles warmly, stacking her bundles with care and precision. "Ba, are you feeling tired yet?" she asks a nearby elder, her tone gentle and concerned. "Oh, exhausted child. Look at all this sweat pouring down my face." The woman chuckles, fanning herself with a makeshift leaf fan. Tieu Nu nods sympathetically. "Rest a moment, Ba. I'll take over this row for you and ease your burden." The scene shifts to a lively tableau of rural life, brimming with energy and tradition. Children dart between the rows, giggling as they chase each other with small bundles of rice, their laughter a sweet melody that dances against the rustling fields. Tieu Nu pauses, her gaze softening as vivid memories of her own childhood flood back. Days spent playing in similar fields, now tinged with a bittersweet ache that tugs at her heart. She joins the group in tying the bundles with sturdy twine, her muscles straining as she hoists a heavy load onto her shoulder, the weight a testament to her growing strength. The farmers move as a unified force, their synchronized steps carrying the harvest to the field's edge, where towering stacks grow beneath the rising sun, a monument to their labor. An elderly man in a conical hat adjusts his load with a groan, grumbling playfully. "These young ones make it look far too easy." Tieu Nu grins, her voice light and encouraging. "It's all about teamwork. Together we thrive." The air buzzes with their chatter, a rich tapestry of ethnic tongues and shared exhaustion, weaving an unbreakable bond among them that transcends words. As the sun climbs higher, casting long, dappled shadows across the paddies, Tieu Nu wipes her forehead with the back of her hand, her phone capturing the vibrant scene in all its glory. Farmers bend low over the rows, their silhouettes framed against the endless green expanse, while children play tag among the stacks, their joy infectious. In the distance, stilt houses perch atop gentle hills, their thatched roofs a silent tribute to generations past, standing resilient against time. A young boy stumbles, spilling a bundle of rice across the damp earth, and Tieu Nu rushes to his side, her laughter mingling with his embarrassed giggles as she helps him gather the scattered stalks. "Careful, little one," she teases, her voice warm, handing him a neatly reformed bundle. The elders nod approvingly, their eyes crinkling with pride as they watch her blend seamlessly into their rhythm, her presence a welcome addition to their toil. Tieu Nu's thoughts drift to her own struggles as she works, the recent floods that ravaged her home flashing through her mind like a dark storm. Fields submerged under murky waters, her house teetering on the brink of collapse, a fragile memory of loss. Yet here, surrounded by this tight-knit community, a flicker of hope ignites within her, warming her spirit. She exchanges a nod with a young girl carrying a woven basket, who beams back with a toothy grin that lights up her face. The elderly woman from earlier returns, offering Tieu Nu a sip of cool water from a clay jug, the liquid a refreshing relief against the heat. "You're a natural child, fitting right in," she says, her voice raspy but kind, laced with admiration. Tieu Nu thanks her with a grateful smile, feeling a surge of connection. The sun beats down relentlessly, but the camaraderie and shared purpose keep her going, each bundle a small step toward rebuilding her shattered life. As she ties another stack with careful hands, a distant rooster crows, signaling the day's progression, and she marvels at the enduring spirit of this rural haven, a place where resilience blooms like the rice under her feet. The afternoon deepens and Tieu Nu takes a moment to rest, sitting on a low mound as she surveys the field. A young boy approaches, offering her a handful of wildflowers he picked, his shy smile melting her heart. She accepts with a laugh, tucking them into her hat, a small token of the day's joy. The elders continue their work, their voices rising in a soft song, a traditional tune that speaks of the land's bounty and the people's strength. Tieu Nu joins in, her voice hesitant at first but growing bolder, blending with theirs in a harmony that echoes across the paddies. A farmer nearby shares a story of past harvests, his words painting pictures of abundance and hardship, and Tieu Nu listens intently, her respect for their way of life deepening. The stacks grow taller, a testament to their collective effort, and she feels a sense of belonging she hasn't known in months, a balm for her wounded soul. The afternoon sun filters through the window of Truang's modest home office, casting a gentle glow on the scattered papers and sketches strewn across his desk. The phone rings, breaking the silence, and he picks it up with a swift motion. "Hello, this is Truang," he says calmly. "Yes, it's me," an architect's voice responds on the other line. I'm working on revising the design you asked me to do the other day." The colleague continues, his tone focused. Truang leans back, nodding to himself. "Oh great, just keep going with it. Once it's done, send it back to me to review," he instructs. The architect hums thoughtfully, the faint sound of rustling papers in the background. Okay, I'm tweaking the cross-sections a bit. By the way, should we label all the steel detail dimensions clearly?" Truang grabs a pen and sketches lightly. "Yes, that's right. Once you're done, send it back to me to check." The architect chuckles. Okay, I'll send it when it's ready." Okay, goodbye." The call ends and Truang sets the phone down, his mind shifting to the next task. He pulls out a laptop, searching for garden home designs, muttering to himself, "Let me look for some garden house models for Tieu Nu." His eyes settle on a design with elevated floors and a sturdy frame. "This house looks nice too, wonder if she'll like it." He muses aloud, saving the image. "I'll show it to Tieu Nu when she gets back," he decides, jotting a note to discuss it later. The room falls quiet as he reviews the design, picturing it as a safe haven for her. Later, Truang dials his mother, the phone ringing with a familiar tone. "Hello, it's Mom." "Hi, son," she answers, her voice tired but warm. "Hi, Mom," Truang says affectionately. "Are you still at the company or have you gone back to rest, Mom?" he asks. "Oh, I just got back from the company, son. I'm in the break room now," she replies. Okay, so are you at work right now?" she inquires. "No, I'm still at home, Mom," Truang answers. "Oh, I see. Okay, so how's work been lately, son?" she asks. "Lately, my work in the village has been normal. I'm exploring a new job too. Yes, it's a different field, so I need to learn a lot more," he explains. "So how are Tieu Nu and Due doing lately? Are they okay?" she presses. "Oh, Tieu Nu and Due are fine, Mom. But the other day we had a huge flood here," Truang shares. "Yes, the flood destroyed Tieu Nu's house completely, Mom," he continues. "Oh no, is everyone okay? Are Tieu Nu and her son safe?" she gasps. "Luckily, Tieu Nu and Due are unharmed. It's just that the house, the crops and the livestock, well, the poultry, were swept away by the flood, quite a lot of them, Mom," Truang reassures. "Oh my goodness, poor things, so the flood took everything again." "Yes, did it wash the whole house away, son?" she asks, worried. "The house is still there, but it's all tilted and damaged. It's not livable anymore, Mom," he clarifies. "Oh, so it collapsed, huh? Poor them. So where are Tieu Nu and her son staying now?" she inquires. Tieu Nu and Due are staying at my place now, Mom," Truang admits. "Oh, I see. Okay, that's good then. Let Tieu Nu and her son stay there with you," she sighs with relief. Okay, but also discuss with Tieu Nu that if we build a new house later, we should do it somewhere else, son. Somewhere else would be better. Check if there's any land nearby. Ask around if there's any available. Then buy a plot to build a house for Tieu Nu. I'm really worried about her staying down by the stream," she advises. Okay, the other day I asked Tien for help, Mom. Do you remember Tien?" Truang recalls. Yes, I remember," she confirms. "Yes, Tien came and redesigned a dike around Tieu Nu's shelter." "Oh, I see, really?" she responds. "Yes, so that area should be safe from flooding now, Mom," he explains. "But I'm still scared that if a big flood comes, it might overflow." "Could it overflow, son?" she worries. "Yes, based on the calculations, it shouldn't overflow anymore because the dike we built is 3 meters above the stream level, so it should be fine, Mom," he assures. "Well, try to make it sturdy if you build. Okay, this time make it a wooden house instead of a bamboo one, it'll be stronger," she suggests. "Yes. I'll tell the workers to drive the posts deep into the ground, yes, deep down to make it more secure, Mom," Truang plans. Okay. Or should you have them pour concrete posts?" she suggests. "Concrete would work too," he agrees, and the conversation continues with plans for a safer home. The late afternoon sun bathes the fields in a soft golden light, its rays dancing across the nearly harvested rows as Tieu Nu joins Tieu Nu among the weary but determined workers. "Bah, is there much rice left to gather before we're done?" Tieu Nu asks, her voice carrying a mix of curiosity and the fatigue of a long day as she addresses an elderly woman nearby. her figure stooped but strong. The woman straightened slowly, wiping her hands on her weathered apron, a faint smile on her lips. Quite a bit still, but we're close to finishing, just a few more rows to go, she replies, her tone warm yet tinged with exhaustion. Tieu Nu takes a deep breath, steeling herself as she shares her own tale of hardship. My fields were swallowed by floods, lost everything I had. My house collapsed too, leaving me with nothing to return to. The old woman's face creases with deep concern, her eyes reflecting empathy. Oh child, that's a heavy burden to bear. Where are you staying now to find some peace? With a friend for now, Tieu Nu answers, her voice heavy with the weight of her losses, a shadow crossing her face. The woman clucks sympathetically, shaking her head. Poor thing. Here we face no floods, just the endless toil of the land. What about your parents to support you? Tieu Nu lowers her gaze, her words soft and tinged with sorrow. Just my mother, she remarried years ago. I'm raising my 2-year-old son alone, with no one else to lean on. The woman sighs deeply, her breath a quiet lament. Such a hard road you walk. And your husband? Where is he in all this? Gone long ago, perhaps remarried and moved on. Tieu Nu admits quietly, her voice barely above a whisper. The elderly woman reaches into the deep pocket of her worn jacket, pulling out a small weathered pouch of betel nut, which she offers with a gentle, inviting smile. This keeps me company at night. Can't sleep alone anymore with the silence pressing in, she explains, popping a piece into her mouth, the motion practiced and familiar. Tieu Nu accepts with a nod, tasting the bitter tang as it spreads across her tongue. That must help pass the lonely hours, she says kindly, her voice softening. The woman chuckles, her eyes twinkling with a hint of mischief. Addicted now, I suppose. I'm 60, still working. Got no choice but to keep going when the day demands it. Tieu Nu nods, a faint smile crossing her lips as she recalls her own struggles. I carried my son to the fields when he was tiny. No one was there to watch him while I worked. The woman's expression softens, her gaze filled with understanding. Single mothers carry the world on their shoulders. It's a tough life full of sacrifice. She pauses, then adds with a thoughtful tilt of her head, come to my house later, see where I've made my home and rest a while. Tieu Nu brightens, her spirits lifting slightly. I'd love to join you and see your world. As the last bundles are gathered with careful hands, the sun dipping lower in the sky, Tieu Nu follows the woman toward a stilt house nestled among the rolling hills, its thatched roof blending seamlessly with the natural landscape, a quiet sentinel of tradition. This is my home, humble as it is, the woman says, gesturing proudly yet humbly, her voice carrying a note of pride. I live alone, my children work far away, leaving me to tend it myself. Tieu Nu steps inside, her eyes adjusting to the dim light as she takes in the simple kitchen with its clay stove, the faint scent of wood smoke lingering in the air. The woman continues, her words measured. If you're not too proud of your circumstances, stay here with me. When you build your own place, I'll step aside and let you have this space. Tieu Nu hesitates, considering her current refuge with her friend, the uncertainty of her future weighing on her mind. I'm with a friend now, but if I need to, I'll come back to you. The woman insists, her voice earnest and welcoming. Whenever you're ready, stay with me. I cherish the company to fill these empty days. They step outside into the cooling evening air, and the woman leads her to a small fertile plot nestled against the hillside. This hill is mine, care for it, and it's yours to use and nurture, she offers, her gaze steady and unwavering. Tieu Nu's eyes widen in disbelief, her breath catching in her throat. Really? You'd give this to me? The woman nods with a serene smile. Tend it twice a year with care. In 5 or 6 years, You can harvest the yield and reap its rewards. Tieu Nu, deeply moved, clasped her hands together, her voice trembling with gratitude. I've only just met you, but your kindness overwhelms me. I'm so grateful for this chance. The woman smiles warmly, her eyes crinkling at the corners. Bring your son along to share in this. Help me with the next harvest next week, and we'll work side by side. Tieu Nu agrees with a firm nod, her resolve strengthening. I will gladly, and will make it a day to remember. As they part ways under the fading light, the woman's generous offer lingers like a beacon of hope, a lifeline cast into the stormy sea of Tieu Nu's struggles. The fields stretch into the distance, their golden waves a promise of renewal and growth. Tieu Nu walks away, her heart lighter with each step. The weight of her past loss is eased by the prospect of a new beginning rooted in this unexpected kindness. The sun dips below the horizon, painting the sky in vibrant hues of orange, purple, and pink, as she carries the elderly woman's generosity with her, a seed of possibility taking root in her soul. A gentle breeze rustles the leaves and she pauses to look back, the stilt house a silhouette against the twilight, a symbol of hope she now dares to embrace.
If I needed anything, to my surprise, I said yes, if you know anyone here who is a recent widow or widower, I would appreciate talking to her or him. Again, to my surprise, she told me about Phyllis, a spouse health director who had lost her husband several months before. I invited Phyllis to have lunch with me the next day, and we quickly established some common ground. We were about 10 years apart in age, but she had also been with her husband for about 50 years. She talked of how they met and what their life had been like. And I could tell by her stories